Bringing the best of pop culture to downtown Chicago April 24th through 26th, C2E2's show floor is packed with hundreds of exhibitors, panels, autographing, guests from shows such as Arrow, Doctor Who, Sleepy Hollow, and The Vampire Diaries, plus the legendary Stan Lee. Their screenings give fans the chance at sneak peeks of film and TV before they hit the big screen. Join us for the best weekend of the year. For more info, head to c2e2.com or planetarbitrary.com.
Come bust a move where the games are played. It's chill, it's fresh, it's play on.
Hey, listen.
I'm Commander Shepard.
Let's do this. I think we're just getting started.
I think there's some school children down the way you can go and prank.
Hello, and again.
Get over here!
Welcome, everybody, to episode 62 of the Play On podcast on planetarbitrary.com. I'm your host, Pat B. of Pat's Retro Video Game Reviews on planetarbitrary.com. And joining me, as always...
Snoogans.
Annie!
And the music.
Anthony and Annie are here.
Hey.
Hey, guys.
Hey, pal.
Hey.
What's going on?
So much. So much is going
So
on.
much is going on, buddy.
So much is happening.
There's been so much stuff has happened in the last 2 weeks. It's crazy. It's been
We
a
say that every
jam-packed. We do.
People
Actually,
are like, you guys are full of shit.
You know, the last time, we recorded last time, and, because we would, I know you guys have the large pop vinyls collection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so when I was driving home, because I saw a few things at Walgreens and told you, I was like, oh, there's pop vinyls at Walgreens. I was like, I'll stop at the Walgreens right down the road here and just duck in and see if they have anything. And while I was walking in, I was like, you know what I should really look for is the Walgreens exclusive Boba Fett.
Yeah, you were telling us about that.
With
I've been
prototype
looking.
armor.
I've been looking.
No, it's
for
sold
him.
out everywhere. Sold out everywhere. But this turned into me being at Walgreens for an hour and a half. I went to the toy section, and it wasn't there. And a guy, this kid that worked there came up to me and asked if he could help. And I was like, I'm just looking for a Star Wars action figure. And he's like, oh, which one? I was like, the Boba Fett with the prototype armor. It's basically Boba Fett, but he's all white, so he looks like a stormtrooper almost. And he's like, oh, we don't have it. He's like, but I can call around and see if some of the other stores have it. And it's like, sure. He was gone forever. It was over an hour.
Really? And he was calling the whole time?
Apparently, he came back and he's like, nobody has it, but we can do a special order for you if you want.
Oh, yeah.
So then he tried to do it on some of the workstations. None of them worked. Couldn't order this thing. He's like,
Oh,
if you go home and you go on Walgreens.com, you can order this thing. So then I went home that night. I was up till like 1 o'clock in the morning looking for the Boba Fett, which I eventually ordered and has now arrived and is in my collection.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Nice. Congratulations.
Hashtag worth it.
Yeah, it's just...
Totally worth it.
It's out of control.
It's the thrill of the
okay,
hunt.
so
Yeah.
similar to that, recently it was probably like a month ago, Doug went to his local Target out in the city. And so they have the Adventure Time pop vinyls, and then they have a Target special edition one that's Jake as BMO, and they call it JMO, okay? So Doug sent it to us, and he's like, oh, this is pretty sweet. Like, I went there, and they only had one left on the shelf, and I was like, oh, well, then that probably means, like, I can go to Target, and, it might, probably you'll be there,
Right.
Who else would want this? So, I think I called in sick that day, just because, and not just to find the JMO, but just because. And so then I was like, well, I might as well use this day. And I went to fucking 5 Targets. And Targets are not close together.
No.
So I went to fucking 5 Targets. I was like, and nobody even had an idea of what I was talking about. It wasn't like, oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. We're sold out. No, they had no fucking clue.
Doesn't that suck?
It's so
when you're trying to
annoying.
find shit like that.
Yeah. So, and then I felt like an idiot because it's like, okay, hey, 30-year-old woman looking for a toy for herself. Like, come on. So, then the other day, Anthony's like, oh, I see the JMO online. I was like, fucking order it because I want that.
Fucking order.
So he came yesterday. It was so exciting.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I made 2 other toy purchases
Oh, yeah?
as well. Well, what came in the mail yesterday, my Toon Link amiibo finally showed up.
Yay!
So
Oh, nice.
Toon Link.
Is that from Japan?
No, it was it released in America, and I saw people were getting it. There's a bunch of
They were
amiibos that are
released, like, 2
starting.
days ago.
Yeah, that are starting to hit. So I got my Toon Link yesterday, And then I also picked up the Hot Wheels Death Star Destruction playset.
Man.
Wow. You are all about those cars.
Well, it goes along with the Star Wars Hot Wheel cars. So
So, and I guess, like, I didn't realize that you liked Star Wars quite as much as you do.
I like it.
Who
And
doesn't love it?
I've kind of hit some of the things on my game list. I mean, there's only a few things left on that list, and they're fairly unattainable at the moment. For a number, either because they're expensive, or I can't fucking find it anywhere. So I could certainly just buy and buy and buy and buy and buy, and
Sure.
if it's something unique, I'll pick it up. But I've kind of spun off into other realms of the collecting for that, for the stuff that I like, and so Star Wars just kind of happened.
Yeah.
And I saw those Hot Wheel cars, and I was like, well, those are pretty fucking cool. I just like them. I mean, it's so hard for me to not take it out of the packaging and start racing them around because I
They're
love
so
Hot
cute.
Wheel cars.
Well, because at first, when we got our pop vinyls, Anthony's like, okay, well, let's take them out of the box. I was like, no, like, no, leave them in the box. But
Take
then,
them out, play with them.
yeah, so
Yeah.
then we decided to save the boxes and take them out of the boxes. So they're super cute, and I love them.
Yeah, well, you have complete in box. You don't have new in
Yeah.
box, but you have complete in
Complete
box,
in
which
box,
is
yeah.
the
The
next
boxes
best thing.
are in great condition.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
the other one that came recently that we ordered from Australia was our Rob Stark.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So we were so
Yeah.
excited about Rob Stark.
So
arriving.
and it's here now, right?
He's here.
Oh,
But,
I can't.
yeah.
Wait to,
Around the
I can't
country,
wait
around
to,
the world.
I can't wait to look.
Oh yeah. And I'm such a nerd. I was mostly I was excited, obviously, about the pop vinyl, but I was really excited about how the newspaper that was packed inside of it was an Australian newspaper. So I was like reading the Australian stories, and they were boring. So.
Did you, when you open it up, did you kind of smell inside the package? Because you were like,
Australia air. No, I didn't think of that.
like frogs.
No, I was like, newspaper. Oh my god.
I did that with the games I ordered from Japan. When I got X-Men, X-Men on Sega Saturn, Children of the Atom, and then I think it was Street Fighter for Mega Drive.
So you weren't concerned about like avian, like bird flu or anything?
No, it smelled like cigarette smoke, which I was like, oh, those Asians. Those Asians.
Smoking while they're packing it.
Yeah. So let's see. Aside from all of the toy purchases,
Oh man,
Annie's made a huge purchase.
huge.
She has the new 3DS.
Oh
and
my God.
This is a special show dedicated to it. It's been released. Today is the day. It came
Yeah,
out
and
today.
I guess we should mention that today is release day. So
Yeah,
we are
Friday the
recording.
13th of all things.
Yeah, that's part of my story.
So Annie's going to tell us all about her experiences picking it up. I got to tinker around with it a little bit before we started recording, so I have some thoughts on it as well. Anthony has a surprise.
Oh my god.
I have some news and a retro recap for you guys. We're going to bump up because I am in the midst of a negotiation of a deal, a game deal. I'm going to be adding to the game collection a little bit. So I'll share some of the information about that. Let's see. First off, though, you may have heard at the beginning of the episode that you can purchase tickets for C2E2 in Chicago on planetarbitrary.com.
Yes, and if you don't live in Chicago, then you need to come to Chicago just for C2E2.
Absolutely.
It's so amazing.
Yes, it is the Comic and Entertainment Expo in Chicago in April, held at McCormick Place, and it is comic book artists, it's television
greatest
celebrities,
weekend of
movie
the year.
celebrities, it
is.
all kinds of things,
It's better than
cosplay,
Christmas.
gaming.
It's better than my birthday.
it's better than
It's
everything.
better than every holiday. It's C2E2.
It's the best weekend ever.
Oh my god.
If you are on planetarbitrary.com, if you listen to the podcast on planetarbitrary.com, if you look below just a little bit, you will see a link where you can go ahead and click and purchase a ticket right now.
And you should right now
Absolutely.
buy it.
So yeah, you can purchase tickets for C2E2.com, and then we also have some special stuff coming up on the podcast and on planetarbitrary.com for C2E2. So be sure to stay tuned and check back on planetarbitrary.com for some special announcements. So, because there might be some stuff in there for you.
Some stuff, huh? Very nice.
Might be some stuff.
Swag.
Yeah, there might be some stuff for you. So yeah, so C2E2. Let's see. Moving on. Anthony, I gotta know now.
You don't want to do your retro thing first?
All right. You know what? That's a good. Good idea.
Leave
I'll
him
do
hanging.
that. Yeah.
Leave him hanging.
Quick retro recap. There's big news in the world of retro stuff. Well, not so much retro, but Sega has announced they're not making any more games. They've ceased development for console-based games.
I'm surprised.
Yeah, their
am too.
last game they just put out for the Wii U was the worst selling Sonic game of all time.
Yeah,
Oh.
I mean, it was laughable how bad that Sonic game was. Yeah. I mean, if that's what it was so bad. It was glitchy. It didn't make any sense.
How
It
can
was
you fuck up
stupid.
a Sonic game?
Yeah.
The formula's simple, you know?
Yeah.
Don't mess it up.
I don't know what's clearly there's a lack of quality control at Sega.
Yeah.
And it's taken a toll and has now kicked them completely out of the business. Almost. Now they've rebranded and they are now Sega
Games.
Sega Games.
No longer just Sega. Sega Games.
And are they developing PC at all, or is it just Yeah, it has to be mobile and PC if
Mobile
they're
and
not
PC, I
doing
guess.
consoles. Yeah.
Yeah. Who knows what they're doing?
It's out of control. I know they closed their offices in California.
It's a bummer.
Yeah.
It's like a little part of my childhood is dead now.
They've really hung in there, though.
They have. I mean, now that there's I think the ultimate defeat is the Sonic amiibo, Sonic the Hedgehog amiibo. Sonic completely encased in Nintendo plastic. It's just,
Yeah.
What if, like, 5 years from now, there was a third console competitor, or fourth, and it was a Sega console? They were just like, "Hey, surprise. Bitches!
it would be.
There's the new Sega Genesis 365."
I don't even have word like that. Just
Oh my
sucked
God.
the air out of my lungs. Like I
What
don't
would you
even.
do?
It could happen.
Oh, I'd buy it.
I'd buy it.
Without
I'd
help.
buy it. I don't.
It
I
could
don't
suck. It could be 8-bit
It could
only.
be fucking. You would have to. It could be like holding two motion control controllers. I don't fucking care.
In
It
your
could be
butt.
something stupid like that. I would fucking buy that in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
I don't even care. Just
Do you have all the other Sega consoles?
most of them. There's some oddball older ones that I don't have. The Sega 100 stuff that predates the Master System.
Yeah.
Which that stuff is interesting and hard to find. That stuff is on my list.
Nice.
And I'm trying to find it, but that I've never seen it in the wild. I have most everything else though, starting with Master System and Genesis,
Yeah.
Mega Drive. So I have the Japanese version of it, the CDX, the 32X, both versions of the Sega CD, CDX. Oh my God. Sega Saturn, Dreamcast.
It's hard to be Pat.
It's hard to be a Sega fan.
Yeah, Game Gear. So
Game Gear.
But
I for sure had a Game
Nomad.
Gear.
yeah, no Nomad. Yeah, the Sega Nomad. It's expensive, and now I used to find it loose all the time, and it was far cheaper. It was around $30 or $40, and on Craigslist back in the day, it was like $30 or $40. And so I was like, oh, that thing's gonna be around. I'll just pick that up whenever.
Bone move.
And then all of a sudden, it was like $100, $150, and now when I see it. It's not loose, like missing the AC adapter. It's fucking complete in the box, like beautiful. Yeah. And it's like almost $200. I'm like,
Wow.
where the fuck did these come from?
Crazy.
So,
How did that happen?
yeah, it's
did
pretty,
this?
yeah. Who did this?
Who did this? Poor Tillo. She's sleepy.
Let's see. Moving on from Sega, I have a game purchase in the works right now. I am currently in negotiations to purchase an Atari XE system.
Oh.
And this
a
is
system.
I've never heard of this.
This is after it was released in 1987. It's an 8-bit system, released after the 7800. So this is when the 2600, the 5200, and the 7800 Atari systems were released. The Atari XE came out, and it was the weird mishmash of game, machine, and computer. That Atari still kind of clung to that concept even later on in the late 80s, where you could run BASIC on it, or you could play.
Was that because the Commodore was successful at that time?
Yeah,
Or was
there was a lot of them. ZX Spectrums and Commodore, stuff like that, Amigas. That stuff was big. So Atari was a computer company first.
Yeah.
So
Steve Jobs worked there.
yes, he did.
Too soon.
Too soon. So yeah, but it's not just the XE; it's complete in box,
Wow.
and it has the light gun,
Ooh.
which will be useless for me right off the bat.
So what are you negotiating? Price?
Payment options.
Like HJ?
Well, this person, I guess, lived in China or lived overseas for a while.
Okay.
And they just moved back, and they have very limited internet access. I don't even know where this person is. I'm going through like a middleman to work this deal out.
That sounds super sketch.
So
I was gonna say.
I was sent a list of things that this game collection was for sale, and I was able to peruse through it. Now, the XE system isn't the only thing. I'm also getting a Game Gear complete in box.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
Hey, those X-Men games really wet my whistle with the
man.
yeah,
So you
Game
have a
Gears are
Game
awesome.
Gear, but would you keep this one in the box?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's probably open, and who knows the condition of the packing materials, but it seems to be that this collection, a lot of the stuff that I was reading was complete in box, mint in box, complete in box. So
Wow.
I'm willing to roll the dice on this collection that most things are in decent
Nice.
to very good condition. So
Nice.
when I saw Game Gear Complete in Box, very fair prices on everything, I jumped at it. So
Nice.
Nice. dude.
that and then a bunch of Atari Force comic books. So
and these are collections from Japan,
this is a guy that has his own game collection. I mean, it's pretty.
but they were
Did he collect them
purchased them in
from-
North America.
Yeah, they are.
Oh,
well, as
okay.
far as I know, the Atari XE is going to be NTSC. So
Gotcha.
and the Game Gear, I'm assuming, is going to be NTSC. I have not
Kind of
seen
cool if it
them.
wasn't.
Yeah, it would be actually. So I'm gonna keep that stuff in box. I mean, I'm gonna definitely play the Atari XE because I bought all of his games that he had for it, which is only like 2 or 3. The Game Gear games I won't be buying, but
Nice.
so I'm pretty pumped to get that stuff in the
I
collection.
hope that works out.
So excited.
Yeah, me too.
Big
I'm pretty
purchases.
pumped. Yeah, I'm pretty pumped. So yeah, maybe next episode I'll be telling you about.
show and tell.
I'll have a little review of the Atari XE.
Some 360 pics of everything. Gifts. Nice.
So yeah, let's see. Now, Anthony.
Yeah.
Please.
Okay,
want in on
are
this?
we
You're
gonna
killing me.
go on a field trip to do
I'm
this?
just
or-
I'm gonna bring something out. So I'm sorry, listeners. I'm gonna bring something out, and then you're gonna have to describe what I'm bringing out to the people. Okay?
Okay. All right.
I want your reaction.
Oh, what is it?
Ew.
Anthony's leaving the.
What's
he's
your-
leaving the studio. He is rounded the
Now-
corner.
Now Portillo's awake.
Yeah,
Where's
he's.
he going?
What is
What?
this? All right, Anthony's come back. He's placing a box in my hands.
What is it, Pat?
You did it, huh?
Fucking did it.
You went and did it.
I went and
You fucking technology
fucking-
rock star. Jesus Christ, you guys.
Champion of gaming.
You sons of bitches. Anthony bought a PS4, but not just any PS4. He bought The Last of Us remastered Game of the Year
Bundle.
bundle.
Well, it's the same price, and you get the game. It's the game I've always wanted to play. Everybody's raved about it. I hope it lives up to the expectations. I'm sure it will.
It will.
Comes
yeah,
with the PS4
You'll like it.
for the same price. Couldn't pass it up.
Wow.
So is it a special edition system or is it
No,
just
the
a
console
regular
itself
system?
looks the exact same. It just comes with the
Just
download
comes
code
with-
for the game, which is great because that's one of the best games
But
you
you
could
get this. You get this fancy box with this Last of Us artwork on.
right? It's a
Yeah.
beautiful box.
What?
So did it came with one controller, but you already had one PlayStation controller, didn't you?
Right. But I went to GameStop and I traded in a bunch of like random accessories, like
Which I thought I
360
gave it away when I
controllers,
said
the DS.
traded in the
I traded
DS.
in Anna's DS
Yeah.
because her new purchase. Like I traded in just a bunch of like stuff, a couple old games, and I ended up getting like $150 credit. Plus I had a $15 rewards voucher. So I'm like, and I told Annie yesterday, this whole week I've been struggling. Do I want to get a Wii U or do I want to get a PlayStation 4? Like it was like I'm gonna get one. I just
Right.
was really teetering, and ultimately what pushed me over was I feel that the PlayStation 4 is going to be supported much better over the next 5 years.
This after the last episode
I
where we
know.
talked about the Xbox One being the more
Well,
having the more support or the future proofing.
they've got more things with the technology aspect of it. And I even told Annie, I'm like, I would trade in the Xbox One because, like, again, it goes back to the
But
thing
we
of like,
didn't
I
want
hate
to because she might be a bitch, but she turns on our TV for
turns
us.
on a TV and the voice control. And unfortunately, that's where Microsoft, that's their key differentiator is that whole thing. And pretty soon we're going to be able to do Sling TV for $20 a month and have like 20 channels that we really want. We could actually have TV, which will be cool.
Right.
So I'm keeping the Xbox, but you know when it comes down to the games, the exclusives that are coming up, the way that it plays games better, you know, the functionality. I knew I wanted one. It was just that justification of like, do I really want 2 consoles and a PC?
Yep.
And I did. It
You-
turns out I did.
I really do.
You,
I went out and did it.
so this is pretty shocking to me, but I liked what you just said because you were debating on whether or not you should trade in that Xbox One. You're like, I just went ahead and decided to keep the Xbox One. You greedy motherfucker! You know you want an
I told
Xbox
Annie-
One and a
when I told
PS4
Annie-
sitting next to each other.
I told Annie, I said
And they
I
were.
should trade in the Xbox One, and her face was like, like because the voice commands.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, like, it doesn't work for me. She never listens to me. But I mean, like, now I kind of know what to do with that. You know,
Yeah.
even if
Yeah.
I don't use the voice commands, I know how to navigate it. So
And I mean, I'm sure later in the year, I'm sure there'll be, and you know, like Tomb Raider. I just got the Game Informer with the Tomb Raider. I can't wait to play that game.
What are you
I'll
gonna-
only be able to play that on Xbox.
You're gonna
One.
have to juggle PS4, Xbox One, and your
I know.
just
it's hard to
insatiable
be me.
PC gaming
It's hard to be me.
appetite.
Thankfully, the games for the PS4. There's The Last of Us I want to play, Infamous Second Son I want to play, which I got used. And then Order 1886 comes out next week.
Yeah.
And shortly in March is the game from the creators of Dark Souls, which I love those games, called Bloodborne.
Yes.
So like there's a
Yeah.
bunch of games early, then there's Uncharted later in the year. I mean, there's all the stuff that's coming out this year, Batman.
So you probably saw the list that got released, all
yeah.
the announced, all the games that are going to be coming out for
Right.
PS4 and PS3 this year. I mean, Star Wars Battlefront was on there.
Right. So
mean, yeah.
what's interesting now is I'm thinking of all those games, and that will be the PlayStation 4 will be my primary system to get all those games.
Nice.
I mean, or PC, but I'm not going to get it on Xbox One unless there's a really compelling reason, because I want the higher resolution, I want the best experience I can, I want it, and I got it, I have it, and I got it at a good price because of the trade-ins.
I think he knew that he wanted to do this, and that's why yesterday he was really like pushing for me to get the 3DS.
No, we both have toys.
you have me come to the studio, walk into this world of technology already, and you unload these bombs
Just
on
unload
me.
this bomb on you.
Boom.
And you know what else you get with the PS4?
What's that?
Endless hours of Resogun.
Oh,
all the
yeah.
Resogun you could possibly
the
ever want to
Resogun,
play,
baby.
it's right there.
So
We could be PlayStation Network friends now.
we
Oh
are.
my
I want to
God.
be PlayStation Network friends. Here's the deal. I love the Xbox, and I'm still an Xbox, guy at heart.
Mm-hmm.
But I have a feeling, unless something amazing comes out, that Xbox will probably get traded in at some point.
Oh.
I wouldn't.
I mean, at this point I don't need to because I paid for it with everything. But it was tax return season. It worked out fine.
No. You know what you have now. You have an Xbox One, which is prime trade-in value on it right now.
Yeah, I know. Well, I
You
don't
can
even talk
flip-
about it because I would have traded
Used
in
it
for
for that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you could have.
Bottom line.
You can flip that Xbox One into something else now.
Flip that into a
Shield Portable 2.
Whoa.
who knows what. So the struggle was between that and the Wii U. There are some great games for the Wii U out that I would love to have played, but ultimately when I look at the release calendar, it's just I just don't see the support. Like
Yeah.
yes, Nintendo's first party games, but after that novelty wears off, I'm going to be left with something that's going to be sitting there. I feel.
I think so. I think you'll like it.
So I'm psyched about the PlayStation 4. So I played about 30 minutes of it and I love it.
Enjoy all of your free games.
Thanks.
So with
PlayStation
your
Plus, baby.
with PS Plus.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, well, from one huge purchase to another, Annie.
It wasn't as huge, I don't think.
Pretty close.
It was pretty exciting
that's
though.
pretty
Listen,
fucking cool what you've got
I'm
sitting
like-
over there right now.
I'm spooning it right now.
You
So
are.
excited. I love it. Okay, so here's my story.
Well, wait,
So-
what did you buy?
Oh, okay. I bought a new 3DS.
Okay.
Okay.
And it came out today.
It came out today. So yesterday, Anthony said, well, tomorrow, he brought it up yesterday, the 12th. And I kind of didn't really put two and two together. And he's like, tomorrow's the 13th. Like, it comes out tomorrow. I was like, oh, shit. And like, yeah, I'll totally go get one at my lunchtime. Like, no problem, And so then he made some calls to GameStops in the area. And there's nothing. Like, nothing. Pre-orders, and then that's it. And so then I called a GameStop by my work, and they were like, yeah, absolutely not. It's going to be like 3 months until you can get one. So I was like, well, that fucking sucks.
I just want to say your guys' relationship is beautiful.
I know. It's horrible.
The fact that you guys work together as a team. I mean, there's not even any like, Anthony, you got a PS4. Okay, well, I guess you could have that. It's like total teamwork. Like,
It's really great for
just
saving money.
support and reciprocation of technology purchasing. It's just it's beautiful to see. It's beautiful.
I don't know if it's healthy. It's more like enabling each
yeah, it's
other. It's
definitely
like, okay, so
enabling.
you bought your heroin, so I'm going to go out and get my cocaine now.
Yeah,
Okay, so like,
yeah.
no problem. So then Anthony said Best Buy didn't have, or somebody, I called the GameStop, and the GameStop guy was like, yeah, no, none of them at Best Buy, nothing. I've been calling everywhere. So I was like, well, fuck. So there is the one Fry's Electronics in the state of Illinois is relatively close to our home. Okay, so
Yeah.
and I learned that this morning.
I love the fries. Electronics.
There is one in the state of Illinois.
You know they sell porn.
Get out, really?
Yeah, you
sell
you-
everything
You can buy
there.
porn. You can buy porn DVDs.
Okay, so
at
today was the
fucking
second
Fry's.
time I've ever been there in my life. So remember that for the third time.
I just thought it was weird because it's next to the video game section. So when you just walk around and all of a sudden you walk into it, you're like,
Cleverly
what the fuck,
placed.
what the fuck is this? Who's
Boobies.
buying porn at Fry's?
So I called Fry's because I thought, this is another electronics store. So I called, And the woman was not that friendly. And she said there's only pre-orders and we'll have just a select amount of non-pre-orders, but it's first come, first serve, and we open at 8. And I was like, okay, well, I start work at 7:45. So if this is something that I really want to do, then I need to change my shift at work. And so right away, I went to the closer. I went to the person who starts at 8:45 and then closes. I was like, I mean, like, can we switch shifts? And she's like, yeah. Like, I don't want to stay all the way until 6:30. So I was like, okay, so we switch shifts. So that was the plan then, was to go in the morning and, like, be there before 8 o'clock.
Right.
And be ready. Because I thought, like, there shouldn't be a line, but there might be a line and, like, whatever. So I was nervous because it was Friday the 13th. And, like, I'm just a little superstitious. And so then on the way, I had to get gas. And the total price was $26.66. So I was like, fuck, this is really bad omen.
Wow.
I even took a
more
picture
in
of
there.
that. I was like, shit.
Why didn't you just
So-
top it off a little?
I don't like, sometimes my gas tank overflows. So
So
I
does
don't,
mine.
so just fuck it.
Yeah.
$26.66.
Pour some in the fucking garbage can.
Yeah.
For my homies. So I didn't do that. I just drove to Fry's. And I saw that there were like 20 people outside when I pulled up. So I got there at like 7:20. And
7:20?
7:20.
Damn.
So I don't know. Like, and it was cold. It was cold this morning, but I thought, I'll wait outside, if I have to. So I didn't know how many that they had that were first come, first serve. So I get out of my car and I go, and as I'm walking up, a woman is coming out of the store, an employee is coming out, and she is saying, we have 2 of the special edition Majora's Mask.
Yes.
So 2. The store only received 2. And if that's what she said, if that's what you're interested in, I only have these 2 tickets, and she handed them to the first people in line who wanted them. And then the line emptied. Then
that's
all 20 people, like, that's all they wanted. And
Yeah.
she said that they didn't have the system, the special edition system, or the special edition game. So then the line just totally cleared out. And so I said, what if I'm not interested in the special edition one? Do you have any of just the regular new 3DSs? And she said, yeah, we have like 3 black and 2 red. So they had 5. So I was like, okay. And I said, it's cold. So can I go wait in my car? Like, is this going to be a problem? She goes, no, it should be fine. So I waited in my car for like 20 minutes. And then I saw some people, like, more people were pulling up. And I saw one guy get in line. I'm like, I got to go. Because like, not only do I need to, like, I need to get this, but I need to get to work. Like, I need to work. So I need to be, like, first in line, get my shit, and I need to go. So I get in line, and I'm pretty chatty. And so I made friends with people in line. And so the guy who was behind me in line had actually been there for like 2 or 3 hours already. And like the people who got the tickets, who got the vouchers for the special edition, they were there since, like, one of them was there from 9 o'clock last night.
Oh my god.
And
Jesus
another one was
Christ.
there at like 1 o'clock in the morning.
Commitment.
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah. And so
Yeah.
they deserve, I mean, like,
Good on them.
they
Yeah.
deserved it. So, I don't even, like, would you just go in your car and run your car for hours at a time? I don't know. So, so I'm chatting with the people and stuff, and we just realized that, like, all of us just want the regular one. Like, nobody really cares about it. And one guy was saying that he already has the special edition one pre-ordered, so that's going to come in the mail. But he wanted to get a regular one anyway, because I don't yeah.
'Cause he's not going to open up that
'Cause,
special
yeah,
edition
he's
one.
probably not.
Yeah.
So then, like, we're running out of things to talk about, and I was like, well, if they have black or red, I'm probably going to get a red one. You're like, oh, that one's kind of fun. And so then one of my new friends was like, yeah, I'll get a red one. That sounds cool. So they open up the doors at 8 o'clock, and so we go in, and I'm like hauling ass because it's like it's 8 o'clock. I need to get from Fry's all the way out to where I work.
Yeah.
So I go, like, I grab the first one. The red one is right there on the corner of the table. I'm like, boom. And then I decide to get a Kirby amiibo. So I'm like, boom, boom. And then I run to the cash register.
Gotta love that impulse amiibo purchase.
Yeah.
I'm Kirby.
Well, yeah.
Don't know what it does. I'm just
I don't know. Well, and that's truly, I don't have any idea what it does. But I know that it works with
It does
3DS.
work, yeah.
It works
Yeah.
with the 3DS. So I was like, fuck it, let's go. So, so then, I go and I pay for it. And my new friend walks up and he's like, they only had black. And I was like, damn. he was there for like hours before me. I was like, "We'll pay for it and then we'll trade." So he gave me the black one and then I gave him the red one.
Isn't she just the nicest person?
That is, yeah.
So
Good karma for you.
Good karma on Friday
well,
the
on
13th.
Friday the 13th.
Yeah,
so
you know what? I think you canceled out your Friday
yeah.
the 13th.
I was
totally
really
did.
that's
Yeah.
what I was hoping. So then I got to work and I charged it and then I played it at lunchtime. It was
awesome.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
And I work with all women. I don't work with any men. As a preschool teacher, no men work there. And so everybody, like I attracted people. We have our break room is like the size of a ho-ho, you know, it's like this big. And people would come into the break room and they just sat and stared at me as I played. Like they just thought it was like the most foreign thing to watch somebody play video games.
You're like, don't touch it. I just bought it.
Yeah.
No, they weren't staring at the 3DS. They were staring at me.
Well, tell them to go fuck themselves.
That's
I did.
weird.
I did. Fuck you.
Weird person.
But you know what? I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Well, now let's get to the meat here.
Okay, let's get to the meat.
You've been playing
I've been playing
Kirby's
Kirby
Triple Deluxe.
Triple Deluxe.
Triple Deluxe.
Okay, and it's so much fun,
Mm-hmm.
and it's so much clearer on a huge screen. Mm-hmm. It's huge.
Now, comparison. Now you have the old model. You have the new model. Mm-hmm. How does the new one stack up? How does it compare?
So good. So I never used the 3D feature on my old DS because it's so finicky. You would move it like just a little bit to the left or right, and it would go blurry. Mm-hmm. This one, it has this like face tracking,
Yeah.
and you can move it not like all the way to the right or left, but like a significant amount and still see it in 3D. So it's not like you're trapped in like, you know, holding it very still.
Mm-hmm.
So I really like that. So I'm able to use the 3D feature a lot more, which makes it worth it.
Are you impressed with the 3D?
I am. I feel like it's really clear. I don't know. It's not like it's hard to see or anything. Like it's awesome. I like it. I wish I had more adjectives.
3D games. So
And more 3D games.
the reason you really wanted it was for the bigger screen. You were originally just going to get the XL, and this was the same price.
Yeah, so this was the same price. So that was what I was interested in. And yeah, this was the same price, so I decided might
Now,
as well get the
how-
3DS.
Would you care to disclose how much you paid?
Okay,
for-
so it was retail was $199,
Uh-huh.
and so with tax, you know, it's whatever.
$2 something.
Because I paid altogether like $230 something because I got the amiibo.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So an additional, $13 because
Yeah.
the price went up on amiibos.
Well, shit.
Really? Of course
Yeah,
they did.
went up a buck.
Yeah. So
Inflation.
no, I was pretty satisfied with the price too. I didn't feel like it was overpriced. I was actually really surprised to hear that it was only $199. I thought it would be more than that, but I thought it was fairly priced.
That's why it sucks to be an early adopter of technology. You always get the shittiest thing for the most money.
Yeah. Now, how many arbitraries would you rate this out of 5? 5
I've
being
only
the
had
best.
it for a day, but 5 for sure.
5 for
for
sure?
This is
Yeah.
the pinnacle 3DS experience.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Because I had an original DS, and I had the like a Generation 1 3DS. Mm-hmm. And this is my first XL. So I would say compare it to the last 2 that I've had. It's absolutely way better.
I wonder.
I
if
can't wait
DS
until the grip
games-
comes out.
Do you think DS games blow up on the bigger screen too?
We could try because
Probably be
now I
pretty
have
nice.
only 3 games, so we could try one of the other 2 games I have.
in a sweet case.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
When I went to trade in the DS today to get the PlayStation, because Nintendo does not bundle a power charger in with the new
Right.
Yeah, that
3DS.
was the thing that kind of bothered me.
So she kept hers, and I was hoping that the GameStop guy would just kind of forget, but he didn't. So I had to buy a brand new charger for $10 to then trade it in and get $8 back.
Oh, that is
It's
messed
like driving
up.
a new car off the lot.
Yeah.
It's like,
Shit.
well, shit. But it's just, that's what you got to do.
But really,
Yeah.
like, it was totally worth it. I mean,
Yeah.
like, you got so much.
You got a great deal.
Yeah.
So you guys, you have a PS4 here. You have the new 3DS
Yeah,
there.
so all day when like my students' parents were like, "Oh, so you got like big plans for Valentine's Day?" I was like, "Honestly, we're gonna go get lunch together
Yeah.
because that's how cool we are, and then we're gonna play video games like for the rest of
rest of our
Valentine's Day."
lives.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. It's a quality Valentine's Day right there.
Oh yeah.
Awesome.
That's love.
That's love.
That's love.
Wow. Well, that's looking at it, and I got to tinker with it a little
Mm-hmm.
bit before. I'm right there with you. I think it is 5 arbitraries out of 5. I mean, the screen looks so nice. It is very clear. The 3D is very clear.
Yeah.
I mean, if you get really crazy with it, I kind of moved it around a little bit, and it kind of glitched a little where it was trying to figure it out. But in regular play and just kind of wobbling it around, it was fine.
Yeah.
It looked great.
Because the game that I play, you only actually move the system, you tilt it to the right and to the left for like very few things. So I know that there are more games where you have to actually like move the system to interact with the game. But since you don't do that very much in this game, then you don't really move the system very much. Because it's not like, I don't commute to work where I go on the train and it's bumpy and stuff. I sit on the couch or I sit in my bed. So I'm very solitary as I sit and play it. So to have that feature where it is a lot more flexible with the 3D, but not 100% flexible, I'm fine with it,
But, it seems stable enough that even if you were on a train, commuting, I think it would be fine.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see, and we'll test it in the coming weeks, because I feel like the face tracking works by, obviously it has to see your face, to follow it. But if it's in a dimly lit room or even a completely dark room, I'm curious to see how it works. Because I don't think it's like a Kinect where it has night vision.
Right.
I think it's...
I don't think the Kinect has night vision. The
it
Kinect,
does.
the Kinect thought I was a chair.
The Kinect has night
The
vision,
Kinect
maybe.
said, "Hi, Annie,"
Yeah.
to a chair.
The Kinect follows you. That's how it works.
Paranormal Activity based a movie
based
on the
on-
fact that Kinect
based
can
on
see in the dark.
So I wonder if you're playing it pitch black and at night, if it will still track to you or not.
Yeah,
We'll have to
I'll be
test it.
curious to see that.
So
Yeah, it's awesome.
I love it.
I am
It's
in
awesome.
love with it.
Yeah,
I don't
it's
know.
really cool.
Can you think of a better handheld system ever created? I mean, yes, there's the Game Gear, there's the original Game Boy. I mean, like they're great.
Well,
systems,
those
but,
are
like,
classic systems.
You're talking
Yeah.
about from the feature of
I'm gonna say-
free 3D.
I'm gonna say as a dedicated game system like that, because I mean,
Sure.
if you're gonna stack that up against the Nvidia Shield Portable,
Okay,
yeah.
fair enough.
and not only that though, that is not a lopsided contest there. I think those two are fairly neck and neck right there. I think.
Really?
Yeah.
I think what the Shield has over it is the game streaming. So
Yeah.
you can play PC
Yeah,
games. So I
that
mean,
makes a huge difference.
so I mean, it's just that's
Yeah.
huge for PC gamers.
right, but I'm not a PC gamer.
Exactly,
So this
for-
is exactly what I want.
Yeah, and for a dedicated game console where that's what it does, that's its primary function. It doesn't need to be a tablet. It doesn't need to. I mean, yes, you can browse the
You
web
can browse
on
the
it.
internet, but why would I do that when I,
Yeah.
have 800 other things that I can use to do
I-
that?
exactly. So I mean, it's more geared towards games. I think for that type of handheld, for a dedicated gaming handheld like that, I think it, like Anthony said, I think it is the pinnacle of handheld gaming.
Yeah.
It just, and even just playing Kirby. I mean, just the one game I've seen so far on that system, it looks so good.
It does.
It looks
really
so good.
Yeah.
And Nintendo is so good at doing that with their first-party titles. I mean, I know that's what Nintendo does, and everyone's, Zelda this, Mario that, Donkey Kong this, Luigi and Toad, whatever.
Right.
They know how to do their first-party stuff. And, I was just talking with, we just had a listener of the podcast on the Planet Arbitrary Facebook page, talking about, kids playing with the Power Glove for the first time.
yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
And saying, basically printing, nostalgia money. And that's essentially Nintendo's profits now, is what I had commented. I mean, they make money off of their classic franchises because
Yeah.
they look good. And when
They
you
do.
play it, it's fun. They still look good. They hold up. So
Yeah.
what's wrong with it?
They had their art style for those games was just right on the money, because it's an art style that works no matter what it is, whether it's a handheld, whether it's in a Wii U. It's not like if you were trying to put The Last of Us on a handheld, or like when they did Uncharted for the Vita. Like, you're trying to capture a realism and a cinematic experience that doesn't necessarily translate. But with the Nintendo characters, doesn't matter what it's on. It just works perfectly.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
Well,
Yeah.
I love it. I'm so glad I bought it.
Yeah, I think it was a smart buy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
And if that's what it took to get Anthony a PlayStation 4, fine. That's fine.
I love the teamwork.
Buy 2 of them.
I love the teamwork. I love
Listen,
that you
we're
guys
enablers.
Team us.
Yeah, you guys are just a rock star technology couple. It's not just Anthony anymore. Now
No.
it's you.
Oh, yeah.
Now it's you.
a sickness that I'm
No, there's nothing wrong with it. Embrace it.
We only
Embrace
live
it.
once. Might as well enjoy it.
Anthony's going to be collecting video games now because now he's got 2 systems.
Oh my god,
Got
this is
like-
my nightmare.
This is not your nightmare.
We don't go out. We don't go drinking. We don't go clubbing. This
Yeah,
is what
that's
we do.
the thing.
This is how we roll.
Yeah,
But there's nothing wrong with that, though.
Nothing wrong with it.
yeah. We don't spend money on
Gifts that keep on giving.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and this, I mean, the PS4 and then, your handheld, I mean, it's only a matter of time before a Wii U comes along.
Okay.
That's what I figured. I mean, like, and if you truly do trade in the Xbox One, you can trade it in for a Wii U if
Yeah.
you really wanted to.
You could buy probably 2 Wii U's
You could buy
with
a
an
lot of
Xbox
Wii U's
One.
with an
You
Xbox
could get
One.
you could get a Wii
Actually,
U and
do you
a-
want to know? This is disgusting because when I was talking to my contact at the GameStop, I said, "What's the trade-in value on an Xbox One?" And the promotion value is if you trade it in towards a PlayStation 4 or vice versa. So this is the promotional price, $150.
That's it.
That is disgusting.
I paid $500 for that system a little over a year ago.
That's ridiculous.
You're better off going to
$150.
a Second and Charles or a disc replay.
I'm
Well,
telling
that's why
you,
I'm
yeah.
glad James and Chris, my buddies from work, were there. They were like, just keep it.
Yeah.
Because you know eventually there's going to be a game like Tomb Raider or something where you're going to want to play it, and you're gonna be glad you have it. And
Yeah,
I was like,
absolutely.
you're right. You're
Jim,
absolutely
no,
right.
you know what that is?
That took a lot.
That you know what that is? That is 2 guys who are also gamers who also have the sickness.
Who
You know what?
also- Oh,
I
by the
want to.
way-
I want to keep my systems. I want to keep my
Oh,
games.
and by the way, Mr. Chris, who convinced me to keep my Xbox, just bought a Wii U today.
Did he really?
As soon as I went and bought that, he's like, all right. He went and bought a Wii U and the Pro Controller and 4 games. So
Wow.
now James has the itch. It's only
Well-
a matter of time before he gets something.
But James has an Xbox One, but he doesn't have a PlayStation 4, does he?
He doesn't have a PlayStation 4, but he wants one. He loves Ratchet and Clank. It's his favorite game. So it's just once that comes out, I'm sure it'll be a Switch for him at some point.
But think of the sweet Wii U bundle you could get if you traded in an Xbox
Oh,
One.
the Wii U is the Wii U is $300 and it comes with Nintendo Land, which is basically like Wii Sports. It's the
Yeah.
version of Wii Sports, and then it comes with the new Mario 3D game, whatever. Which again, so when I'm thinking, I'm like, that would be awesome to play. And even Annie said, she's like, I'd probably play it, which would be
Because
great.
I don't play. I don't ever play.
No,
the X-
side scrollers are Annie's thing.
I don't. Yeah, I'm not good at. Even when we played LA Noire, and it's not like a run and hide game, like my Nightmare Chasing Me game.
Right.
I can't get used to like the
two-
camera
Oh,
angles.
moving
and like
the- yeah.
moving the camera and moving the person and moving the camera.
Yeah.
No, forget it. Side
Well,
scrolling
and
or
and
GTFO.
and not only that, the streamed line game streaming that you could do with a Wii U.
Right.
Okay.
to
You
Yeah.
can
to-
play. You
to
can
the little
you can play
tablet.
the games right on the controller.
Which kind of sucks
oh.
though, because not all games do that.
not all do it.
Not all do it.
Really?
Which was kind of because that was the other thing. I'm like, that's a really cool thing, but not all games do it.
So did you get to look at the tablet?
Yeah, we played it because they have it set up at GameStop.
Oh, so you did. You
Yeah,
played
it's
with it.
totally fun. I mean, a Wii U would be a fun purchase. My concern is after I played Mario and after I play Kirby or whatever, like
That's it.
those experiences are very similar. And
Yeah.
like even Zelda, which I would love to play the new Zelda, but who knows when that's coming out? It's gonna be probably at the end of this year. A lot can happen between now and then. So.
I just gotta say, have you seen the internet right now? It is melting down
About what?
over Majora's Mask.
Isn't
wow.
that unbelievable?
It is melting
The
down.
game that people have played on emulators, have played on Nintendo 64. That's what Nintendo's good at, putting out
Yep.
the same games and still making money off of them.
People are losing their fucking minds.
I didn't even know people liked
over-
Majora's Mask
No,
that much.
people were super mad today because they wanted the special edition Majora's
Yeah.
Mask.
Well, the
Yeah.
special edition Majora's Mask comes with a really cool, like, styled 3DS, but it also comes with, like, a statue, like a really
Oh, okay.
decent-sized
Oh, I didn't know
statue.
that.
And the game. So I'm sure, like, that's a collector's item for Nintendo fans.
Yeah.
Oh, and a Craigslist reselling item.
Oh, yeah.
It's gonna be
Somebody- well-
yeah. It's all over the place right now. I'm seeing it
man.
everywhere. It's on Facebook groups. It's on Reddit. I mean, it's everywhere.
Well, I told Annie this morning when she was in line, and she's like, "There are 20 people here," and like this is so after the days of people saying it's going to be a 3-month wait, only pre-orders. I'm like imagining the next Wii situation, and so I'm like,
Yeah.
you should just buy 2, and
Yeah.
we'll sell one on eBay. Which I'm glad we didn't, because when I went to Best Buy in the afternoon to buy her
Saw
a
2
case,
of
there
them.
was 2 just sitting there.
Oh.
So damn. So good.
Yeah.
thing
So
we
it was
didn't do
good.
that.
Plus, like when the lady said that there were only 5, like I didn't want to be that asshole who grabs 2. And
They
it's
might
like,
not have even let you anyway.
Oh, well, whatever. It doesn't matter. I needed to go to work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stupid work.
So that PS4 the new 3DS.
Oh my god.
And how about that Atari XE system?
How about
Oh
that
my god.
Atari
Look
XE?
at us.
8 bits of gaming.
8 bits
Play
of
on
retro gaming.
motherfucking
Yeah.
podcast.
Man,
If you if you want to see a system that looks like the 80s, look at a picture of the Atari XE because it looks like the 80s.
Does it have wood
Pop a
paneling?
quick Google on that.
It doesn't have wood paneling, but it has do you remember like the Saved by the Bell was more 90s. I don't think Saved by the
Yeah.
Bell was like the 80s, but like remember the Saved by the Bell intro with like all the crazy cheesy
Like the
graphics?
paper cutouts.
That's what looking at an Atari XE reminds me of the Saved by the Bell intro. And when you see a picture of it, you guys can pull it up right now.
Well, it looks like
Oh.
a computer.
It kind
Yeah.
of does.
It has a keyboard.
It has a joystick.
But
And
the
a ball.
colors of it,
Oh, it's
and
that
Yeah,
brownish.
little pastels.
yeah, pastels.
Nice.
It just looks.
I don't see brown. These
Or
look-
tan, like
Oh, it's tan because it looks
gray.
gray.
I don't know. It's
yeah.
this picture's weird. You know what I like though is I like that they went with that color instead of the Nintendo white, which always ends up turning into yellow.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Why do they do that?
It's just,
Yeah, which is also kind of why I was glad that I traded for a black one.
Was your blue one turning colors?
No, but you could really see like the fingerprint marks. Like I felt like I was always trying to
Yeah.
wipe off fingerprints.
well, and it's a sleeker looking piece of technology when it's black like that.
yeah.
So.
Black is
Black
that's-
is
we got
right.
black iPhones. Got to get the black 3DS. Gosh darn it!
yeah, jeez, what was that?
Got the hiccups like
You
an
have,
idiot.
you have
Yeah,
like the
the-
daintiest hiccups too. That
Anthony-
was
No,
the
they're
most
not.
adorable.
And-
I'm
hiccup.
just holding it in.
Anthony's got the Prohibition era hiccups going right now.
That was
he's
adorable.
I'll
got-
tell you. I'll
he's
tell
got-
you what.
He's got the popped open collar with the suspenders going over here with the
Drunk off my ass.
jug with 2 X's on it.
This is what happens when I get excited. Just get excited about my games.
So yeah, well,
There you go.
lots of stuff going on.
So much stuff.
Yeah, that's
So are you gonna buy a new 3DS?
oh Jesus Christ. I mean,
You can borrow mine.
no, I won't borrow it. I mean, what
It's not the same.
I might yeah, it's
like sharing
not.
food. It's like nobody really wants to do that.
I appreciate you though. I appreciate that you would actually let that leave the house. I mean, I only let one person borrow games from me, and that's Joe. I mean, I would loan you games, but you've never needed to. You know,
I respect the whatever.
yeah. But Joe's really good about Joe of Game Classy. Is really good about taking a game, keeping it in the condition that he receives it, and then returning the game back to you in a timely fashion.
Because he never actually plays it.
Yeah, well, I mean, he takes 3 or 4 and he plays them over the summer, and
Yeah.
maybe he gets through 1 or he gets through 2. But yeah, Joe's the only person I don't mind loaning games to. He's
Well,
pretty
I
good
feel like
about
of
it.
all people, like you're gonna take care of it. You know.
Yeah, because other people they ask me, oh, can I borrow that? I'm like, nope.
No.
Now, did you play
No.
Infamous Second Son?
No, because I don't like Infamous, and Infamous could be great, but I am just so I'm just that guy. Just me personally, I'm just so horribly skewed and jaded with Infamous and Prototype.
I love Prototype.
I fucking love Prototype.
Prototype.
That is how those games should be done. And I know that Infamous does a lot, and graphically, and I mean, it looks great on the PS4. It's a great PS4 game, but I am just so from the Prototype camp that I cannot get on board with Infamous. And it was just that argument because they were released at the same time, and
Totally.
the arguments that people were making, it just drove me so
Do you remember
fucking
the
insane.
the zero punctuation review of it? Did you ever watch that one of Prototype? When he's like, you shoot blood out of your wrists, you fly through the sky. I was like, yep, that's exactly.
It's an amazing game. I mean, I know it's really the power-ups and the upgrades that you get throughout that game are almost meaningless.
Horrible story.
Oh yeah, it's the worst story
no
ever.
story at
Yeah.
all.
And you pretty much you could take the base character you start with and beat the entire game with that character. I mean, you are basically invincible. But the way that game is set up and the arguments that people may know Infamous is better, no Prototype is better, whatever. I look at it like it's the same intensity for which Mortal Kombat is better, Sega, the Sega Genesis version or the Super Nintendo version. I'm just always going to be a Prototype guy, just like I'm always going to be a
if you
Super
end up
Nintendo
wanting to
Mortal
borrow
Kombat.
this one when I beat it, you could at least try it.
I wouldn't trust it in my hands.
Are you gonna get the new Mortal Kombat?
Oh fuck yeah, Mortal Kombat X! Actually, new game footage was released. Sonya Blade game footage was released.
Is Carrie Hoskins? Does she have anything to do with it?
Not that I know. No.
That's all right.
Yeah.
We still love her.
Love Carrie.
Looks pretty fun. Looks like a fun game.
Yeah, actually, there's going to be another Mortal Kombat Shang Tsung's Fight Night at Galloping Ghost Arcade in Brookfield, Illinois. Check out their Facebook page because they're all going to be there again.
Oh my
Doing a
god.
big thing,
It's a mini Mortal Kombat reunion. Most of the people are going to be there. I know Daniel Pacina, Brian Glenn.
It's Carrie.
No, Carrie's not going to be there. But a lot of them are going to be there. So if you want to meet the characters of Mortal Kombat, go out to Galloping Ghost in Brookfield, Illinois. I don't know the dates on that, so
Google it. It's
yeah,
worth a Google.
check out their Facebook or their webpage, gallopingghost.com.
It's worth a Google.
ggarcade.com, I think is what it is. So yeah, I'm totally going to get the new Mortal Kombat.
Good.
Absolutely. And going through that list of PS4 games that were announced, the entire year was laid out. There's a few games in there that I'm pretty excited about. I'm going to play the Battlefield Hardline.
Yeah.
I'm going to play it.
I'm looking forward to maybe playing some online games with you.
Yeah.
We've never bridged that relationship.
We haven't.
Might destroy it. Who knows?
Yeah. We've never
probably-
played
probably
online games
hold
together.
hands
I
and
think we
take
should
this
probably
leap.
start out with modem to modem, Command and Conquer first.
All right. That's cool.
And then let it blossom and see where it goes.
Like Theme Hospital or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Roller Coaster Tycoon.
Yeah, okay.
Something like that. Yeah, there's some great games. I mean, Battlefront, I'm really excited for. Star Wars Battlefront.
Oh man.
I'm really, really
Did you see
excited
the
for.
rumor of how the story, the rumors that the story carries through the entire 6 films, and that it leads up to the new movie.
Oh, that's great.
That would be incredible.
Yeah, there's going to be new Star Wars Hot Wheel cars based off characters in the new Star Wars
Oh
movie.
man.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, small bit of interesting Star Wars Hot Wheel car trivia. The person that designed the Honda Element,
Oh god, I hate
that weird
car.
boxy car,
Yeah, hate him.
is the lead designer of the Star Wars cars.
Really?
Yeah.
He's redeeming himself?
I don't know. I think he sees. I don't think he thinks that the Element was a failure.
I'm sure many people
love
would
the Element.
disagree with me. Yeah.
I listened to his interview on the Star Wars Collector's Cast, and he seemed fairly proud of his work. So.
Did Chris get you into that?
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Classic.
Yeah. Good old
what's
Chris.
what's the aerodynamic situation of the Honda Element? I just feel like there's nothing
It's
aerodynamic
like a
about it.
cardboard box going
It's like if a
through.
child,
yeah.
Like
if a
if-
child
okay.
drew a car.
So I'm not.
that's
It's a big box with tiny wheels.
That's exactly
I'm
what
not,
it is.
I'm not that smart, but I'm not that dumb. Like I feel like that's not an aerodynamic.
I like the Element
car.
more
Yeah.
than the Nissan Cube because the
Oh,
back
yeah.
window
The-
it doesn't really go. It doesn't
Oh.
complete. It drives me nuts.
I hate it.
Yeah,
I
you
just
know-
want to look at
Finish.
I kind of like it because it looks futuristic.
Stop getting
it.
out of here.
No,
I just
No.
like the way
Not
it
Tron.
looks.
They would not drive it in Tron.
No, you know what? You're right. They wouldn't drive it in Tron. You are right.
I saw a Maserati today on the road.
Oh yeah.
A Maserati.
You know, but what kind of Maserati was it?
It looked like a
Standard two-door coupe kind of thing?
Yeah, it looked like any other normal 2-door coupe lately.
Well,
You know-
you probably saw those all the time.
I've never seen-
at
I've
my
never seen
at my
Maserati.
old job. At my
Yeah.
old job, I used to see Maseratis and
His old job was a car thief, like gone in 60 seconds.
Yeah.
yeah.
Italian job.
Yeah, and we have a test, and you have to break into a car as fast as possible. We used to make fun of the Maserati people because there is a base model Maserati that you looked at, which is a standard sedan, two-door
Is that the
sedan.
midlife crisis version?
Well, it's you want a Maserati, but you don't have the money to buy a
Fully
real
commit.
nice
Yeah.
Maserati, so you
okay.
get the base level Maserati.
Gotcha. Okay.
It's a nice car, and it sounds nice, and it moves fast. I mean, it's nothing.
Great for the suburbs.
Yeah, it's perfect to go to Jewel Osco with quickly,
Your kids up
and
for
then
soccer.
come back quickly. Yeah, and then make a mess while you eat inside it.
Yeah.
Oh god.
But there are Maseratis that if you're gonna get a Maserati and you're gonna walk around and say that you own a Maserati, there you gotta throw down some serious cash. And I've seen some of these Maserati drivers, and some of them are the biggest fucking douchebags you'll ever
yeah, because
see
they're the
in
ones
your
that wear like
life.
the Maserati jacket and the Maserati hat
Yeah.
and the Maserati polo, and it's like,
Ferrari.
dude,
for
do you
some
work
reason,
there, or?
and for some reason they have like that weird like tossed salad, greasy pubic hair
Yeah.
like hairstyle going. I
Are
don't
they
know what that
European?
is. Like if you I'm sorry, like I see this guy everywhere and he drives like the base model luxury car and they always have like the curly greasy hair like where it's got like lots of product in it
Yeah.
with a leather jacket. And I'm just like you're far too reflective. Like you're so reflective and oily in the light.
You're far
I
too
just can't
reflective.
handle looking at you.
Oh my god.
So yeah, they get into a Maserati or they get into an Audi S line, which is a far nicer car in my opinion. But Yeah, I could go on and on about cars, but so yeah, I think that's time for us.
Oh, yeah.
On this episode.
Definitely.
Yeah, I think we've done it. Be sure. Well, actually, before I even go into the closing, congratulations to the both of you
Thank you.
and
Oh,
your
man.
beautiful
Thank
relationship.
you
And
so
our
much.
beautiful purchases.
Yeah, we're really good at spending money.
Yeah. Yeah, we are.
Gotta love tax season.
Gotta love tax
Oh,
season.
yeah.
Oh, we got our tax return, our first tax return with a child, and it was beautiful.
Yeah, well, and you guys bought the new Surface Pro Tablet 3, whatever.
Well, that was Michelle's fun technology purchase. You know, my wife, she
But
purchased
see, doesn't
the
that make it
Surface
easier
Pro.
when your significant other gets an expensive purchase and you're like, well, now I have, a little ground to get something a little pricey.
See? That's
That's how it goes.
And I'm
Yeah.
kind of a doormat. So he just says, "You want this, right?" I'm like, "Yeah."
Like, make me a sandwich. And she's like, no.
You've never asked
You're
me
not
to
a
make you a
doormat.
sandwich.
Will you make me a sandwich right now?
Yeah.
Should just be one, like, just a wife test, like, right off the bat,
I have something
Second-
serious to talk about, actually.
second or third day of marriage.
We went and bought oatmeal cream pies the other day.
Uh-huh.
Now, when I was a kid, oatmeal cream pies were like huge. And we got this package, we opened them up, and they're like really tiny. We're like, okay, either they shrank or we got bigger, and like this is just how they always were. And we were kind of disappointed.
Like, well,
'Cause
we are adults now. I
They're
guess
like,
this is just
like a silver dollar. It was upsetting. So then we were like, we finished off the box, and we're like, well, let's get some more because they make for good sweet picks after dinners. And we got the big box. And so the big box.
So we figured the big box just
just
had
more.
more
Yeah.
because we love them.
We're like, we don't want to lose money. We want to
No.
make sure we're getting the
We
best
wanna make
value
sure that,
We
yeah.
wanna-
per ounce.
and the most pie.
Yeah,
and the most
pie.
oatmeal cream pie because I want one with my breakfast, my lunch, and my dinner.
Oh my god!
So-
Opened it up. It's like a Big Mac. Like they're real. They still exist. You just got to get the big box.
You have to get so it's not more. It's not.
more.
It's not
Just
quantity of sandwiches. It's quantity of ingredients in one gigantic oatmeal cream pie that you want to just.
good.
Oh my god, it's so good.
What was your reaction when you opened up the box?
We
and-
were like children. Oh my god,
It's like,
they're
hey, you'll never gonna believe
huge.
this.
Give me one.
Christmas game.
Give
Did you,
me
did you
three.
put it on a plate and sit down with a knife and fork and actually like devour it like a
inhaled
dinner?
it. I'm like, this is so good. Breakfast every day.
Oatmeal cream pies.
Oh my
Man,
God.
Those
you want
are
one?
good.
You want one for the road? You got one.
Yeah, well, I gotta stop and pick up dinner anyways. 'cause
Probably
I've
have an
just
oatmeal
been-
cream pie
I've been
for the
I've
road.
been spending so much time at work with the last 2 weeks. With
Dinner?
with the robots.
It's 9:00 at night.
Dinner? This is bedtime.
Yeah. Oh no, I'll definitely be. I ate at like 10:30 last night and had dinner
Oh my
because
God.
we stayed late. so-
Real healthy.
Hey, you know it's you gotta do what you gotta do.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
You know.
Gotta
so-
build
Fund
robots.
those game purchases.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. All right. Well, thank you, everybody, for tuning in to episode number 62 of the Play On Podcast. Be sure to check out planetarbitrary.com for all your Planet Arbitrary needs and to purchase tickets to C2E2 in
Yay.
Chicago, Illinois,
Do
the
it.
Comic and Entertainment Expo. You can buy tickets right on planetarbitrary.com, the only podcast that C2E2 is doing this with. So,
Yay!
Because we're special.
yeah, you can also see, if you go to C2E2, you can also see Jay and Silent Bob Get Old,
you
the
believe
special
it?
podcast that they're going to do. It's a separate event from C2E2, but in order to attend, you have to have a C2E2 ticket.
Also, if you go to C2E2, you could see us.
Yeah, we'll be there.
We will be there.
We're going to record there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. True story.
So be sure to check out planetarbitrary.com. Be sure to check out Game Classy for all your tabletop gaming news. Joe and Steve every 2 weeks talk about all the things in tabletop gaming, all the Kickstarters. It is a fantastic resource if you are looking for new tabletop games that pop up on Kickstarter. They do an update every week that just is all about the Kickstarters and tabletop gaming. It's very fun to listen to, so be sure to check that out. Be sure to check out all of the Twitters. You can follow the podcast at Play On Podcast. You can follow me at Pat's Game Reviews. You can follow Anthony.
Snoogans to you.
And Annie, you can just send her a letter.
You could just
Send
think
her a
about
new
me
DS
as I
request.
play. Yeah.
Yeah, well, careful with that.
Careful
'cause,
with
yeah,
that,
you're,
wow.
you're telling the world.
Oh no! Come on!
Come on.
You said it.
Come on.
Yeah,
Get
that
your
wasn't-
mind out of the gutter.
Okay, if it's internet stuff, that's where it goes to.
Jesus
It's just,
Christ.
you know.
Well,
it
Anthony
goes.
always says if you can think of it, there's porn for it. So
It's a true story. Joe
yeah.
taught me that from Game Classy.
Yeah, he's right.
First thing I looked at was Rugrats porn, and it exists.
Yeah, that is pretty horrible.
On that note,
Yeah, and let's see, Twitters. Be sure to check out GameCollecting.net. Lots of stuff going on GameCollecting.net. Be sure to join their Facebook page because so much new stuff pops up on their Facebook page, on their Facebook group for GameCollecting.net. That's where I saw all the Majora's Mask stuff. People were posting pictures of it on there. I think one guy purchased two. So yeah,
That's just greedy.
yeah. So greedy, get out of here
outta
from
here.
you two guys.
I didn't get to because I didn't want to be a dick. So I didn't get to.
Did you give the guy who had one on order the red one?
Yeah.
Oh
that was
my
him.
god.
Why?
Yeah.
He doesn't need a red one and one on order.
Well, who cares?
Whatever.
Yeah.
You're a far better person than I am.
Yeah. Let's see, gamecollecting.net and Reddit are game collecting. Be sure to check out that group on Reddit. It is very fun. And let's see, funstock.co.uk. Our discount code is still active, so if you'd like to purchase anything on funstock.co.uk, enter in the discount code PLANET, and you will save 5% on any online order. You'll get a special Planet Arbitrary discount. So be sure to check them out as well. And that's about it. Stitcher Radio, iTunes, rate,
Flipboard.
comment, and subscribe. Flipboard, the
You
play on
always forget
Flipboard.
Flipboard.
Flip
I
us
know I
in.
do. Yeah, the Flipboard. You can follow the podcast on the Flipboard. Everything we talk about can pretty much be found on the Flipboard, along with anything else interesting that we find in the world of gaming. It's on the Play on Flipboard.
Play on MySpace. Play on Tinder.
Yeah,
All of it.
Podomatic.
What was the Google Plus?
Google Plus.
Yeah, YouTube.
YouTube. Oh yeah,
We're on. Yeah,
YouTube.
We
yeah,
really
we
do
are
have
on
a
YouTube.
YouTube.
Legitimately on YouTube.
People watch
For
it.
the
It gets-
dozens of you that watch it on YouTube.
There are dozens of
There are
us.
dozens of us.
Yeah,
Dozens.
the 10s and 11s of you that watch it twice on
Thank you.
YouTube.
And like it a few times if you can.
Yeah.
So I think that's it.
All right.
That's it.
Good.
Until next time, guys. Play on.
Play on.
Play on.